Hello everyone, welcome back to the UiPath Apps Zero to Hero series. In last video, we have discussed what is data services and entity, and even we have created one entity that we can utilize in our UiPath apps. In this video, we are going to see how we can actually add this entity to our app and display all the records which are present in this particular entity. For that, I'll navigate to the UiPath apps. In UiPath apps, I'll create a new app entity. So this is the UiPath App Studio, and here in this canvas I want to add entity first, and I want to display all the records which are present in that particular entity. So this is the UiPath App Studio where we can design our app. So to connect entities, first of all we need to click on add any, and from this drop down we have to select entity. After you click entity, then this pop-up will come called select tenant, and from here you need to pick a tenant where you actually created your entity. So for me, my entity is in the development tenant, so I'm going with the development. I'll click on next, and after that you can see add entity pop-up will be available. So in this you can see there are multiple entities available which are already created in the data services. So from that, in previous video we have created an entity called student record. So I'll check this checkbox before the student record, and after that I'll simply click on add. After I click on add, this particular entity will be added to our app. So here you can see the student record. This is the particular entity which is coming from the data services now, and it has fields and the data. So now I will navigate back to the main page. Now I will display the number of records which are available in that particular entity. So for that, what I'll do is I'll go to add control, and I'll use one display control, and from the display control I'll use table. And in this table, I want to preview all those records which are present in that entity. So for that, I have dragged and dropped one table control. And after that, I'll go to the properties of the table. So here in the properties, you can see there is a data source. As we have already discussed, data services is like a database. So we are going to connect a data source to this particular table. Data source in this case is our entity. So I'll click on open resources, and there is an option called query builder. If I open the query builder, then you can see I can select a particular source. So we have added a student record entity to our app. So I'll select this one, and for now I'll not add any conditions or any rules to filter that particular entity. I'm going to display all the records which are present in that particular entity. So after I've selected a data source, I'll simply click on save. So after I clicked on save, then you can see there is a query added in this particular data source, and column has been added over here. If I go to the entities, then you can see we have two columns called names and the marks. So these columns will be displayed in our app. If I preview this page, now after preview you can see we have a table with both the transaction entry available in this particular table, names and the marks. You can change the sequence of the columns as well. Like if you want to print name first, then marks, that also we can do. If I go to the page and go to the properties of a table that we have dragged and dropped, so here you can adjust the column sequence. So what you actually want to display first. So I want to display name, then marks. So again, if I preview, so now you can see in previous one we are getting marks first, then name. Now we are getting name first, then marks. So this is how actually you can connect your entities to UiPath apps and display all those records present in the particular entity. In next video, we are going to add different filters on a particular entity, and will display all those records in the app. Stay tuned for more updates. Until then, thanks for watching and happy automation.